All right, guys, Jake from GD Honey Acres here. Mrs. Jake and I, we're going to do an inspection, but first, we're going to kind of clean up the area and put some mulch down. Let's get going on that. Got it mostly cleaned up with all the mulch under there. We'll clean up the rest of the stuff when we find my machete and limb lopper, so we get rid of that little tree right there.
Hi.
Say hi, Mrs. Jake.
Hi.
We are getting into Queen of Doudna, and Mrs. Jake is going to run this inspection on Miss Doudna here. There's just a little dribble of 1-to-1 left in that jar.
All right, you ready with the smoker?
Yep, let me grab the smoker. All right, ladies. Get down in your frames. You might need a hive tool.
Yeah,
I got mine right here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep, they're starting to propolize that.
All right, girls. Well, what's your initial?
Let's see. I see eyes looking at me from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of 6, a little bit, not a whole lot on 6.
Okay.
So.
Now we're going to try to be kind of quick on these inspections because we are losing daylight.
Yep. All right, so we've got
Ooh.
a few. Oh, there's a little bit of activity going on here.
Looks like they're starting to build out.
I kind of want to.
All right. As you can see, when we first smoked it, we only did a couple puffs. We're not here to smoke the wax or smoke the honey. All the smoke does is tells the bees, hey, there could be a fire nearby. Let's get back down into our hive and gorge ourselves on food stores in case we have to abscond and find somewhere safe. Looking good. They're starting to build on that one.
A little bit. Why are they all on the bottom?
I don't know.
I'm just curious.
They're weirdos.
I'm just curious.
The Doudna's offspring are like, we're just gonna hang out down here, guys.
And it's like the closer we get to the middle, the more and more I'm seeing some on these kind of undrawn. It looks like they're actually starting to draw.
I can see brood on the other side.
They're starting to draw on this side.
Oh wow, look at that.
Boy.
They really drew that one out from last time we looked at this.
Awesome, guys. Look at this. There's beautiful eggs in each of those cells. There's larvae, there's capped brood.
Awesome, good job at Doudna.
Looking good.
Oh. You stabbed one of them.
Hush you. Okay. Alright, and then this is, they're getting good and propolized, which is awesome.
Oh man, look at the brood on this side.
Holy moly, look at that. She is a laying machine.
Wow. Queen of Doudna, you are amazing.
These were kind of stuck together because it's up against one of those medium frames that we need to kind of try and transition out of here.
Yeah.
But there is an amazing brood pattern on both sides.
Doudna, you're doing great. We love you.
Doing awesome.
There's one on near my face. They aren't liking right now being opened up, but of course we're getting darker, so most of the workers, the foragers, are back.
All right. Okay, this is one of them with the bird comb on the bottom of a medium.
Got it?
So it's going to be an interesting one, of course, for that reason. You can see where it was stuck to the frame next to it. If you want to push that one in, Jake.
Actually, I'm going to take it off.
All right. Works for me. Doesn't look like there's any brood in there anyway. There is.
Yeah, just empty comb.
You want to grab that piece that's on the edge there too? Thank you.
Yep.
All right. There's quite a bit of brood. There's a lot of drone down in that burr down on the bottom.
I'll be right back. Keep going.
So I'm not seeing a Doudna yet. We should be able to find her pretty easily because of that blue mark, but I don't see her yet. So we'll keep going. We're gonna have to get in there with the hive tool though. They've started to build some on the side.
Yeah, once you pull this one out, I'll go in.
Okay. So here's another deep frame. The one that's right in the center of the hive. It's got a pretty good brood pattern. They've almost got this one completely drawn out. I'll show it to you once Jake is done. You want to scrape that off too? That was part of what was on the medium next to it, because it's got mediums on both sides with burr comb.
Make sure she's not on here.
No, that was brand new. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing a Doudna on these either. So, but great brood pattern. They're doing really good.
Oh, she's doing wonderful. We're gonna have an explosion.
Can you see her here?
Well, we know she's in here because you saw single eggs. We got lots of brood.
Yeah. It's looking good. Okay, here's that second medium that we started with. Let's see if she's in here. Oh wow, it's really heavy. They are holding on. Oh, we just broke open some brood on that one.
Okay.
Sorry about it. Okay. She's hiding today. Unless she's kind of hiding in between some of these layers.
There's no layers there. That's all one.
Okay. But yeah, there's got quite a bit of good brood on here. Got a lot of food stores.
We're not seeing any swarm cells or queen cups.
It's
so that's
kind of
good.
nice. They're starting to transform some of these into, well, okay, I'm seeing a lot of eggs still actually. There's one drone I see. 2. There's some more on the bottom burr.
This is some burr comb I just pulled off the side of inside the hive. It's all new. There's not even any eggs in it.
All right.
I don't see a Doudna on here either.
There's some decent brood going on here still. Back in.
Got it? She's got to be in there somewhere just because of how much. Oh, she's back here.
Oh.
A blue dot. It's really nice. She's
Fantastic.
right here.
Yep. Very last one that we check, of course. She's got some gorgeous little eggs in there. This isn't even on a fully drawn out frame, so it shows that she's using every spare space that she can possibly find.
Yep, she's doing great.
So
look at all that. Oh man,
there's so
they're
much
even
capped here, and it's not even fully drawn out. You can tell because she's gone over here and it's barely drawn out, and she's already laying in it. So
all right. Well,
she's desperate for every cell she can find. Doing great.
we're getting to the point of being about 65 to 70% built out.
All right, and then they're starting to build on here too, just getting ready for her to come in.
That's great.
So
Alrighty, well we're gonna get it closed up, put some 1-to-1 on top of that inner cover. It's not time yet to put a box on because they're not. We want it to be about 90% full before we put the other box on. All right, we're gonna do rows now. Just like a Doudna, just a little dribble.
looks like the ants have cleared up quite a bit.
Yeah.
They were really bad in here last time.
We had some major issues with ants, and we've been working on that, trying to get some solutions. I think we've been doing well.
These guys are pretty chill. We're just giving them a little puff.
All right, let's get going on rows here. Nothing on that one yet. Ooh.
They're good at propolising.
Yes, these girls love to propolis.
All of the ones that we got is nukes. seem really good at
They are-
properly compared.
They are starting to kind of work on this one a little bit. Here's some of the nuke frames. Oh man. Talk about stuck together. Let's see how these girls do, how they look. Well, those are all wet cells. There, that's all food stores.
They haven't.
Same with over here.
They've hardly drawn on these at all since we installed them. That's been what, 3 weeks at least?
I know. Kind of makes me wonder a little bit why they're not drawing everything out. Just kind of lazier bees, I guess.
Possibly.
This is a light one. There's a lot of new comb in there. Got some capped cells over here of honey. Single eggs.
There's a few.
Single eggs all in that new wax.
There's a couple of capped brood here, here.
See all them
There's
single eggs?
A little bit of larva. You see the eggs, so there's some good activity on here.
So our queen is working, and they're drawing this side out. Queen Rose, you're just a slow and steady one, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You're not a rabbit, you're a turtle, but slow and steady wins the race, I guess, right?
I guess.
Not as excitable as a Doudna. This frame is pretty heavy.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It's got an amazing brood pattern going on.
Look at that brood.
And what's not capped in here is pretty much all stores.
Lots of stores, but there's lots of larvae down in there. I see some single eggs too.
Nice.
But
should we get this off the bottom?
yeah, go ahead and scrape it. We're just going to try to keep all the bird comb down to a minimum. Keep it managed.
We don't want it to get crazy up in here.
Yep. I don't see Rose yet. That blue dot really came out on a Doudna, so I imagine we'll see Rose pretty easily when we...
Yeah, since that was even a couple weeks after we did a Doudna.
So Rose is getting ready to explode population-wise, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The more population she has, the more she'll be able to draw out. I think some just got mad at me. The head butted my hand.
That's all right.
They're punching me, Mama.
Yeah, they've got a really great brood
Oh,
pattern.
wow.
Can we get that?
Look at that brood. Oh, wow, look at that side.
Yeah.
We were excited about the other side. This side's even more packed. She's going to blow up. And let's get rid of that burr comb again.
Sneak pasture.
I don't see her yet.
Nope, not yet. Alright guys, I know you're pretty proud of this.
And we're going to try to kind of save the wax so we can put more wax on frames next year. Because I imagine we're going to get more hives.
Yeah.
Because we are really loving this a lot.
And if we could possibly like do a split.
Oh, we
next year.
are.
Okay, we
We
are
are
doing
splitting.
a split. So that's probably where it'll come from.
One of my upcoming projects is going to be making nukes. Okay, it's packed full of brood there too.
It's interesting because it hasn't been built all the way out. It's like
It's a little weird.
It's like they're hardly building, but they're laying. So
They're laying and they're storing, or the queen's laying, they're storing. They haven't done much building yet. Let's see this next frame.
kind
I
of makes
haven't
you
seen
wonder
her
what
yet.
what they're using all of that sugar water for.
I don't know, but I haven't seen her yet either. Oh, there she is, bright blue dot.
Just like Doudna, she's on the last frame we checked.
You want to come point at her?
Oh, I think they can see it pretty easily.
She's right towards the top of the frame. She's moving towards my right hand right now.
Hopefully you can see that.
There she is, blue dot. Oh, there's single cells all over in here. Single cells, single
there's
eggs.
not really hardly anything going on these last two, so.
So she's working good. The workers need to catch up.
Yeah, start building.
She's running out of room.
Yeah.
All right, nothing there. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the brood back to where they were. And then we'll put some 1-to-1 on it and close it up. Which one are you on now, Mrs. Jake?
This is Blanche.
Launch.
They've sucked all that down.
Them suckers. Bad dad joke, I know.
Alright. They have started to kind of build comb between the inner cover and the top of that frame.
All right, so we'll end up getting rid of that.
Yep.
How's it going, Blanche? Y'all are pretty chill right now.
Thank you. These
2
girls
puffs,
down,
that's all
I'm
we
gonna
need.
go ahead and scrape it off of the top of this frame. Thank you.
Yep.
So let's check this out. Okay. They're building a little bit down here, doing something. Or maybe that's just the wax that was already here.
Could be.
When we come in. That could be. Okay, so I'm seeing eyes looking at me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're starting to get some building done
Good.
on this new frame, which is awesome.
That's great. So Rose might not be as lazy, huh? Not Rose.
Starting to build a little bit there.
Blanche.
Decent amount here. They've just got food stores on here. I'm not seeing any eggs, which is fine.
Good girls.
They got pollen and nectar or sugar water.
I'm glad to see them drawing that out. There's a lot of new drawn comb on this next one.
Yeah, well, this is one that came in the nuke.
I don't think there was a whole lot there though on that one, if I remember right.
I don't remember for sure. I'll take your word for it.
It just looks like a lot of brand new white wax.
Nice. See, they're using that sugar water to build comb, and there's a lot of brand new eggs in here. There's a few little larvae.
That's beautiful.
Doing good. There's a little bit of nectar stored around the edges.
Wait until you see the brood on this next frame.
There's a decent brood pattern going on. They're starting to cap them.
No queening yet?
There's a good amount of larvae and eggs. So awesome. Looks good.
I'd leave that one in.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Wait until you see the brood on this next one. It's wow.
All right, here we go.
Gonna have to use the hive tool.
Hold on.
Like we said earlier, these girls love to propolize. All these we got from our supplier.
Here we almost go.
There we are.
There we go. Okay.
Look at that.
Nice. That is a great pattern. What's not capped is stores. And there's beautiful Blanche. Look at her.
Where is she?
She's right here.
Right there. Look at that blue dot.
See if you can get it.
A little bit higher. See the blue dot? That's her. All right, let's get that bird
Gorgeous
comb
girl.
off. Hold it steady. Don't move, Mrs. Jake. Well, that was still warm, apparently.
All right.
No storing in there.
There's a lot of food along with the brood. On this side, what's not capped is mostly food. There's a little bit of uncapped brood in there as well. They're doing awesome. There's a little bit of drone there on the bottom of this side. But
That's fine.
that's totally fine.
We'll create our own drone congregation area, right?
They're doing so good.
Good job, Blanche.
All right.
Let's keep them tight.
Ooh.
That one was stuck.
Sure was. There we go. All right, here we go.
Believe it or not, we actually got about 2.5 hours of sunlight left. It's just our machine shed is that way. So once the sun gets on that side.
Look at all of that burr comb.
Well, we were scraping that off.
So there's a lot of food stores kind of in the middle where there's not capped brood, and there's a lot of nectar around the side. Looks good.
Yep,
Alright.
she's doing great. What we'll end up doing is we'll probably end up freezing the wax too.
That way we can melt it next season, at the beginning of next season. Or the next time we need to add more frames.
Another good thing to do when you got burr like this, you can look down in there, look at your larva and see if you got any mites. I'm not seeing any. But the best larva to look at would be our drone comb, which would be more so on these burrs.
Alright, here we go. A lot of good bee bread in here along with the brood. There's a little bit of nectar along the edges. Same with this side. Wow, that is a great brood pattern. So nice.
Blanche is a really good layer.
Yeah.
Should we get that burr off?
Yeah.
burr
Yeah.
on the bottom.
Yeah, that.
We're just trying to maintain staying clean here. I'm gonna check on Rose.
He's fine. Probably.
Yeah, he's more likely fine.
He just screams to scream sometimes. He thinks it's fun. Or he sees a fly
Why are you screaming?
and then he screams at it. Okay, while
Oh,
Jake's
you're
checking,
putting
I'm gonna
rocks in
keep
your
going.
hair. What a goofball. He's putting rocks in his hair, Mama.
Why am I not surprised?
I'm not surprised.
Okay. Here we go.
Ooh, that's drawn out well.
This is brand new drawn out. This is, well,
No, that's a nuke comb
this
still.
is a newt comb still, but a lot of it is brand new. There's a lot of really great eggs and larvae and capped, so I don't really see much, hardly any
Beautiful.
food in this one. It's all around the edges. Same with this. Gorgeous, a lot of larvae.
All right.
You're doing good. And last but not least, they are starting to draw out on this one, which is one that was brand new frame, never been touched. There's some eggs in here, not in every single cell. There's a little bit of bee bread going on, some nectar stores. So looking good. And
All right.
then they might be measuring on that side, but nothing else happening.
All right, good job, Blanche. We'll get you buttoned up and we'll move on to Sophia. She was the queen of the ball. All right, let's get this first frame out, see how they're doing. Bees on it, nothing drawn yet. Wasn't expecting anything to be drawn on it yet, but they do like coppolizing the frames together.
Don't mind me.
Ooh, they're drawn on this one well. There's actually single eggs in here. So our queen is still alive. She's doing good in here. It ain't really drawn out too well, but there are eggs in there.
There.
Just be gentle.
Were you telling
Now
me
we're
to
into the
be
nuke
gentle?
frames. What?
Were you telling me to be gentle?
No. Talking myself to be gentle. Sometimes you got to tell yourself things in order to do them, right? Okay. Take a gander. A lot of food stores on this side. I do see larvae. We got a lot of larvae. There's cat brood too. Lots of larvae. It's almost full of larvae, and there's a lot of eggs too going on.
There's a lot of food stores around the edge.
Which is what you want to see.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of plopped it in there. Sorry, girls. I'm sorry, ladies. I don't mean to disturb you. Well, I am a little bit. Just don't want to aggravate you too much. As they headbutt my hand. Hiya! Ooh, this one is heavy, and that's some wonderful brood. Look at this, Mrs. Jake.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful brood. Sophia, you're doing wonderful. This side is just as packed. Just as packed. No queen yet, though.
This is the one that is a little bit darker, a little bit bigger.
But we got the blue dot, so we should
That definitely makes it
be able to see her
lot
easier.
easier to
These
see.
girls are getting agitated for the first time ever. Well, they've got a little bit more to protect, so I'm not entirely surprised. Hooah! When the bees get a little bit more to protect, they will be a little more defensive, of course. Okay, how we looking here?
Good.
Lots of brood, and
What's not capped is larva that's going to be capped
oh yeah,
soon.
that'll be capped real soon.
A little bit of capped nectar up here in the corner on this side too.
Oh yeah, lots of nectar on this side.
There's a bit of brood of drone.
Yep, there's some drone, and they're getting ready to cap another drone here.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Now what I'm doing here is I'm looking to see if I see any mites, because they'll be kind of on the backs and all that of the bees. I'm still not seeing any.
Good.
We will be doing a mite count in the near future.
Well, are we going to do the sugar roll?
Yep, we're gonna do the sugar roll. Since we're still building, we don't really want to kill 300 bees.
Yeah.
If you do the alcohol wash, it'll kill 300 bees. We don't want to do that. We're building, we need our population. Lots of brood. There's wet cells. There's capped wet cells. That's still probably 1-to-1 sugar syrup. But we should be hitting our nectar flow soon too, I'd imagine. Lots of good brood over here too. She's doing good. Sophia's doing wonderful. Proud of you, Sophia. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're on their 6th one. So far, they're all about the same development. About the same development.
The only one that's kind of fallen behind is Rose. She doesn't really have a whole lot of new drawn comb.
Yeah. We still haven't seen the queenie yet. She's got to be in here. There's a lot of single cells. Single eggs in the cells.
Unless they somehow manage to get that dot off of her.
Which that could happen. This one was the hardest for us to find originally, so.
Man, that would not be fun to have to find her again.
Look for her again. We must have missed her.
She could be under this pile.
They're drawing this one out, so that's good. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. We didn't see her. More likely she's in here.
Since we're seeing single eggs and very young larvae.
And if she wasn't in here, they have eggs and the brood to make their own queen if they needed to. But there's no queen cups, no swarm cells. You need to get out of there, lady. I'm trying not to squish them. There we go. Get them back.
They're getting a little bit agitated.
Yeah, I can tell. All right, we're gonna close this up, feed them, and then we'll move on to Dorothy. Hey guys. She was on the very first frame that had wax built on it.
She is buried kind of under here. Just wait for the couple
There she is.
Yeah.
She was just surrounded. So she was on this first one we pulled out that we saw eggs and such on.
But, yep, big, beautiful brown.
All right, now we're going to get it closed up and move on to Dorothy.
We'll probably scrape off some of this burr comb that's built up on top and on the inside of the inner cover.
Ronan once again is just squawking away.
He probably wants our attention. Okay, so looking down, I can see bees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a little bit in 7, which is kind of cool.
7?
It looks like
awesome.
It's starting. So this is Dorothy's. Start on these edges. I'm not expecting to really see anything on the edges. Yeah, nothing going on there.
Excuse me. How are we looking at?
We're starting to draw here, which is cool. Very nice. Okay, and we're gonna leave. We're just gonna scoot them over from here on, since there's a decent amount of drawn. This is from the nuke package.
Oh wow, a lot of them there.
There's still a lot of really great food storage on this frame. I think that's
looks like a lot of wet cells.
That's what it mostly is. I think that's all stored food.
Which
is good.
And right now, in the north, we might be just starting towards a nectar flow.
There's a nail sticking out.
That's fine.
Just try to bend it back in so that we can still slide it. Okay.
Guinevere, get out. That's our Jack Russell. She's fearless.
Yeah, she don't care.
She's in a couple of my tree line cleanup videos that I'll be doing more of in the future.
Alright. Here's another.
I think Dorothy's a little feisty too, just like
Yeah,
Sophia.
that's what we kind of noticed the first time. I think these are mostly what? Gosh, I don't know. They look empty to me. But we're starting to lose some of our daylight. So if there's eggs in there, which, okay, now I can see on this side for sure there's a lot of eggs and larvae, and they're barely starting to cap them. There's Dorothy right there.
Yep, there's Dorothy. Right here, blue dot.
Beautiful.
Good job, honey.
This one's a lot lighter than that other one that was full of honey. This is a lot of caps.
Oh, there's a lot of good cap brood.
Caps brood. There's a little bit of drone up here in the corner.
There's some drone on the other
There's
side
a little
too.
bit of drone on this side.
That's fine though.
That's not a big issue as long as the majority is still a worker.
Look at this, guys. She's trying to get under my glove.
She's gonna get ya.
Dorothy, you're feisty. Not too bad though. I still think Rose is probably our calmest. Blanche is probably that way too. She's pretty chill.
Doudna used to be that way when we first got her, if you remember. But since her latest population boom, she's gotten a little bit more energetic, which is actually kind of nice to see. Hopefully Rose will be that way too. Okay, there's a lot of good brood pattern.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Both sides.
I see some.
It's a little bit heavier, harder to turn just with
Hold
my
it
fingertips.
still. Let me get that burr.
There's some bee bread in here. There's some larvae that they're capping. Some nectar. All looks good. As far as I know.
I think Dorothy has headbutted my hands the most this whole venture.
Oh yeah, 100%. Look at this. Alright.
These are not chill girls.
They're the least chill, but they're still pretty nice compared to some of the stories I've heard. Wow, look at that brood pattern.
It's almost completely packed.
That's awesome.
That is beautiful.
So what's this right here?
That should be a drone.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's interesting how they like built it out vertical.
Well, let's do this. I don't think, it almost looks like a queen cup.
And there's another one. If you look down below.
Hold on. Where?
Straight down right there.
That's a drone.
Okay.
That other one, I didn't like that, so I kind of destroyed it.
Well, take it off.
I can't see it anymore.
It's still attached.
All right, it's gone.
Right on top of some honey. What's going on over here?
Oh, it's just drawn out comb.
Okay. That's kind of hard to tell underneath all of these other girls piled on top of it.
That one looked like a queen cup,
Maybe.
but there was nothing in it, so that's good.
Like we like Dorothy, let's keep her a little longer, please.
And then you got a little ways to go yet, Dorothy, before we put another box on you.
Alright, and this was the last one I was seeing them on from the top.
They're drawing that one out. Man, they did not like you pulling that one out.
There's a lot. This looks like mostly food stores. I'm seeing some eggs. So,
Alright.
looks good.
Alright, well, we found our queen, did all our inspections. We're going to get it closed up so we stop making them mad and agitated.
Yep, everybody should be home right now since the sun's starting to go down.
Which is part of the reason that they're a little more agitated. There's a lot more population right now.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll get them closed up and fed, and we'll be right back. Alright, guys, it seems like all the girls are doing well. Sophia's feisty, like before, but Dorothy, she just gets agitated easily. I'm starting to wonder if she might have some Russian genetics in her. Because for up here in the north, we don't have to deal with the Africanized genetics, but Russians are up here, and the guy we bought the nukes from, he just had a big old mixture of genetics because he just tried everything and let them interbreed, which is perfectly fine, makes for a stronger bee.
Yep.
Got quite a little bit of new wax from the bird comb. We'll be saving that for probably next season to scrape on the frames. Saw lots of good eggs. We saw all our queens. That blue dot, oh, that's
It
so
makes
amazing.
the world of difference from like a 20-minute inspection hunting for her to like a 7-minute inspection.
Oh, it makes it great. I'll put a link in the description for our video that shows us catching a Doudna. And I might just put that at the end of the video where it pops up, probably like over this way somewhere. So they're all doing great.
They're all laying. They've all got really good brood. They've all got pretty decent food stores.
Yep, saw a lot of pollen in there, and we, as a test, we put out some of that artificial bee pollen to see if they needed it. They didn't even touch it. They just, screw that. We're not worried about it at all. We got some better stuff that's already made by Mother Nature. All right, well, I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Inspections went great. She's got to be Russian. She's got to be Russian.
Huh.
Well, she probably talks to Putin. But, oh, what, got one on me?
Yeah, you kind of. There you go. We're good.
All right, guys. Well, we'll pray for your family. You pray for ours. We will keep doing this, keep having fun, getting our acreage set up the way we want it. We're trying to go more of a, almost a homesteading route, making our own stuff. That's part of the reason we got into bees too. Yeah. Well, my thoughts anyway on it. I think I took a while to convince Mrs. Jake, but she got on board. Well, like I said earlier, pray for our family, we'll pray for yours. We hope you're doing well whenever you are, wherever you are. Morning, afternoon, and night. We'll have fun. You guys keep having a good time, and we'll catch y'all later. Bye.